Maximus's achievements place him right back before the Emperor Commodus, who is unaware he still lives, and Maximus considers killing him, then and there, to achieve his vengeance. But his principles awaken and get the best of him. Instead, he lives according to his ideals and lets the consequences follow, just as before.
Your fame is well-deserved, Spaniard. I don't think there's ever been a gladiator to match you. As for this young man, he insists you are Hector reborn. Also Hercules. Why doesn't the hero reveal himself and tell us all your real name? You do have a name.
My name is Gladiator.
How dare you show your back to me? Slave! You will remove your helmet and tell me your name.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next.
As the deadened parts of his character begin to resurrect, everything begins to restore itself. Men honor Maximus wherever he goes, and his motivations slowly transform from seeking vengeance to the nobler pursuits of sacrificing himself to the higher ideals. Commodus is incensed with internal conflict and rage. He plans a final manipulation where he mortally wounds Maximus.
Smile for me now, brother.
Before pretending to challenge him to battle in the arena to prove his strength and valor and gain the admiration of the people. But once again, Commodus misjudges the nature of being. He misjudges the ways that the ideal man has contracted with being with a certain attitude that in the long run, however unexpectedly, ensures him the favor of life.
Quintus, sword! Give me your sword! Sword! Give me a sword!
Both Commodus and Maximus suffered tremendously in life. Both die at the end of the story, as we all will. But Commodus dies having lost everything he ever valued, while Maximus dies having gained all he ever valued. What was the essential difference, the key of wisdom, separating these two opposing brothers?
That if things are not laying themselves out for us as they should be, then we cannot curse God. We have to look to ourselves. Well, and you think, well, why not curse God? Because maybe it's his fault. And that's a really good question. And one of the things that I've tried to figure out over the last 30 years is, well, why not just curse God? Because there is this arbitrary element to existence, and we are vulnerable, and there is plenty of suffering, and things are unfair. Like, there's problems, right? There's injustice and unfairness and all of these things, and endless suffering. So why not just lay it at the feet of God? And whether God exists or not, in some sense, by the way, with regards to the metaphysics of this particular discussion, is not relevant. The point remains the same either way. And the answer is, as far as I can tell, that if you refuse to take on the responsibility yourself, and you attempt to lay it at the feet of either society or being itself, then you instantly start to act in a way that makes everything much worse, not only for you, but for everyone else, and maybe even for being itself. And so, no, it's not helpful. Now, if you decide that it's you've got the problem, maybe that's not even true. Like, maybe you are someone who's being tortured by the bet between God and Satan, and like, too bad for you if that happens to be the case. But it still seems to be the appropriate thing for a human being who's standing on his or her own 2 feet in a proper manner to take the responsibility on for themselves, regardless of the counter arguments that might be made against it. That's really something.